Hello people, welcome back to my channel. Well, the day has come and I think many of you will have guessed what I was talking about when I told you there was going to be changes in the near future regards my health and mobility. I was getting really fed up with the going out with Emma and we going places, and then I'd have to just take a few steps and have to find somewhere to sit down, or they would go to the shopping mall and I'd have to wait for her in the coffee shop because I couldn't go. I didn't have the energy or the strength to go in and do the shopping with her, something that I enjoyed. And I think the crunch came when we went to the garden centre together, and I just had to sit in the pickup and wait for her and Sandra to go around the garden centre. So I done it. I bought a wheelchair. And this is the wheelchair, as you can see. Today we decided that it actually arrived about 3 days ago, and by the time we put it together and charged the battery up and everything. For those that are interested, I can give more details, but we went looking for a wheelchair in Padilla, and the only place we could find an electric wheelchair was at Fasino's, which is a big pharmacy down in Padilla that sells all sorts of things for disabled people and everything. And they only had two electric wheelchairs in there, both the same make, both from China. And they seemed a little bit expensive.
When you do, you have to do straight,
what they
and
were,
then
I thought.
wheel go straight.
But luckily, you know, I was searching around the Black Friday time, which is where all the sales are. And I saw in Bangkok there was a company selling off wheelchairs that were originally priced at 50,000 baht. Which is just a little bit over £1,000, about $1,200, down to they were reduced from 50,000 down to 39,000, and that seemed quite a good deal. And this was a Black Friday deal, and 39,000 was exactly the same price that was getting offered for these chairs in Fasino here. I just the ones that I seen in Bangkok looked good in the picture, and kind of orange colour, etc. Well, you've seen it now. And I ordered them up, and I only had the model number, so I didn't really have a lot of information on them. But okay, the deal breaker for me was that the ones I seen in Fasino, the electric aspects, the battery and the drive motors were only guaranteed for 1 year, whereas the one that I bought from Bangkok, the battery, the lithium battery and the drive motors on the wheels are guaranteed for 3 years. Big difference, big difference. Albeit that I'm not going to be using the wheelchair that much, but I don't know that, do I? So maybe I'll get further and further and be using much more regularly. That would be good. So anyway, it was the exact same price as the ones that were in Fasino, but of course I had to wait for it to be delivered from Bangkok. And the good thing is that there wasn't any delivery charge. And when it did arrive, I was even more pleased, because it turns out that this machine, this wheelchair, is manufactured in Holland. It's got the CE markings and all the rest of it, and it's a very high quality. Now, today we actually took it down to the big shopping mall here, Big C, and we went to do some shopping, and we went to Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we went into another shop so we could buy a new rice cooker for Christmas, and really got around. The shopping mall was actually quite busy today, and strangely enough, there's quite a few wheelchairs going around, and I just said to him, it's strange that we come here in a wheelchair today for the very first time, and there seems to be quite a few wheelchairs. But there again, it's something that I probably wouldn't have been paying too much attention to previously, but much more today. And there was certainly a lot of interest from wheelchair users about the wheelchair I was in, and that was quite comforting in a way that maybe for once I've made I hope made a good buy. Getting used to it, yeah, it takes a little bit. Driving is very, very easy, and just getting used to it and knowing its limitations, etc. There's one or two little, not incidents, and just me trying to maybe move around a little bit too fast and just missing things particularly in the big shopping mall itself, driving around the lanes. And combating with all the shoppers with the shopping trolleys. It was quite a good exercise for getting used to the wheelchair.
Okay.
So now I'm wheelchair mobilized, and I'm very, very pleased with it. And I hope it's going to be a little bit of a change of life for me, and I would strongly recommend it. If anybody wants more details on the wheelchair that I've actually got, then please message me or email me, and I'll be glad to even leave comments below, and I will get back to you and give you the information you need, and the company, etc., that I bought it from in Bangkok. It's the only drawback that I would tell you about just now is that they had two models in this company in Bangkok from the same manufacturer. The one that I first inquired about, they said, well, they'd sold out, and it was going to be about 3 or 4 weeks before they got it into stock. But they had this one that I bought, which is exactly the same price as the one I inquired about. But it was actually a more expensive model, but discounted because of Black Friday. With the problem is that because of the battery size, and it's a lithium battery, it can't be taken on. This one cannot be taken on aircraft. Well, the original one that I was inquiring about can be taken on aircraft because of the size, the battery capacity of this unit. That doesn't really worry me because at this present moment of time, and I've got no intention of traveling outside Thailand again unless it was absolutely necessary, but then I'd make some inquiries about how we could do it. But the fact that I can't take it on an aircraft doesn't particularly bother me, but it's something people should be aware of. There's a limitation to the ampere hours of the battery that you've got to consider if you're going to be taking it on an aircraft. I'd just like to say, you know, from my previous video, I've had a lot of comments and questions from subscribers and people that have watched the video about my actual health, about the symptoms I have, and about what I'm doing about it, and a lot of good wishes. Thank you very, very much, and a lot of suggestions. Thank you very, very much for your concerns, and a lot of questions and comments. It's made me think really of what I'm actually doing. So let me tell you a bit more about my symptoms and my thoughts on it. Really, it was during the COVID time, and I didn't actually, you don't realize when something's going wrong if it's coming on slowly, because I think you adapt to it and you don't notice that your body's changing. But I did get some indication, because I used to remember when I was out walking, and I've always been a walker, I've enjoyed walking, and I normally walk relatively quickly. But my first indications that things weren't going too well was when I was out walking in the town, etc., and people started overtaking me, and I thought, what's happening? I'm walking my usual speed, and I wouldn't expect these sort of walkers to be overtaking me. So I was obviously not walking my previous speeds that I used to walk, because I would then, in my mind, say, okay, speed up, come on, you shouldn't be getting overtaken by these people. And I used to speed up. But then I found that doing that, when I was conscientiously speeding up, I began to feel the fatigue in my legs, etc., trying to keep that pace up. And I thought, oh, this doesn't seem right. Either people are getting a lot more fitter than they used to be, or I'm going downhill a bit. From there, it seemed to go down a lot quicker, because a couple of times I went back to the UK and visiting a friend in Preston, and we used to go out together for beer. This guy he used to give me a bedroom while I was there, and we'd go out for a beer together, and to go into the town we had to walk up these slopes. Now, he was a heavy smoker, and he used to struggle going up these slopes because of his lungs, but I was finding it difficult to go up the slopes because of my muscles in my legs, and my muscular power of my legs just was hard work getting it there. Of course, it was making breathing more difficult, etc. And I knew that I had problems. So I didn't really do anything about it initially. And then when I came back to Thailand and I realized that it wasn't getting any better, I had to go to a clinic here for something else. And while I was there, I told the doctor about these symptoms I had. And he actually said about, that there's a lot of controversy over some of the vaccines at the moment, and the ones that we'd had for the COVID era, and that might be something related to the problems I was having. So I kind of got that in my mind that maybe was, and I didn't really progress it any further. I have to say now that I don't know. I really don't know if it was vaccine related or not, or if it's just old age, or it's other conditions like I'll just mention it now. My blood pressures. I used to, before I retired, I used to take blood pressure control tablets because of my blood pressure tended to go a bit on the high side, which was through my living standards. I think, with drinking beer and eating the wrong foods, etc. And when I first came to Thailand, everything went perfect. My diet changed and I wasn't drinking so much, etc. when I retired. And it all went kind of normal. And I thought, I do have a proper blood pressure machine in my office that I used to check my blood pressure regularly. As I say, it all went back to normal, and I kind of gave up taking the blood pressure tablets because I didn't see any point, because on the odd occasion it did seem to get very, very low, and I gave up the blood pressure tablets. Then I have to say that I kind of forgot about the blood pressure problem altogether. Now, how much my blood pressure thing is related to my present condition, because recently, particularly after those comments actually that I had from my last video, I've been doing a lot of checking of my blood pressure. My blood pressure is high again. It's running around 150, around about 150 most of the times I take it. And the diastolic pressure is low. That's been down as low as 42, normally runs around just above 52 to 55, which I know is low diastolic. So this week I've got some more blood pressure tablets, the same as I took before, and the same strength, and I'm back on it again. So we'll see how that works out for my blood pressure, and that might have something to do with the problems I got. I do get pains here, right in the center of my chest, if I overexert myself. It could be heart, I don't know. But I know I'm going to get a lot of negative comments about this. If I've got anything more serious than blood pressure, etc., and it needs a lot of attention, and when I say that, if it's something, God forbid, the big C, or need triple heart transplants, or whatever, I really don't want to know. I really don't want to go into hospital and start all this treatment. I'm 75 years old, I've had a good innings. I don't want to start a treatment that's going to have negative effects, etc., and affect my standard of life. Other than the mobility thing and headaches, I do get these instant headaches that come and almost instantly go again, right in the top of my head here. That's the only symptoms I really have. My mental capacity, I think, is still okay. It works okay, believe it or not. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but it works okay. And now that I've got my wheelchair, I'm a lot more mobile. I can actually go out with the family. We can go for walks around the park and the estate, etc., together, and I'll enjoy that. Other than that, I don't feel anything else at this moment of time, touch wood, that's bothering me. So I'm open to suggestions, etc. But as I say, I have decided that I'm going to go and see a doctor again this week and maybe have some tests done. But I don't want to go into any in-depth, serious treatment for anything, as I just said. Hopefully it's not required, but I will go and get checked, and I'll keep you updated. So that's my health. I don't know if anybody else has got similar problems to what I've got, but growing, there's also the growing old factor, and that is a factor. And I would say I've had a very good life, and I've abused my body most of my life, doing all the wrong things, all the wrong eating, too much drinking, and not enough exercise, etc. But I'm here and I'm 75. There's a lot of people that try to keep perfectly fit and do everything right, and they're no longer with us. So what's right and what's wrong? I don't know. Your comments, please, to let me know what you think. So that's this video for now. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I welcome any comments you have. And if you haven't already, please think about subscribing, and also a big thumbs up always goes down well for me. Thank you very, very much. See you in my next video. Bye for now.